I'm trying to retire. I'm almost 70 years old, and I think that's long enough.
Well, it's so good to see you and talk with you again. I know your family stays busy with various things. We talked about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Sean?
Thanks for being here. My name's Sean Brennan. I'm from the Columbia District. I live in arguably the best spot in the county out in Kent Store. I did not go to Fluvanna County Public Schools. I moved here about 16 years ago, the day before I started my first day at the Sheriff's Office. I have remained employed at the Sheriff's Office for that 16 years. I'm the Sergeant of Investigations over there now. So I got involved through a local leadership development program that Fluvanna County was doing, which was a great program. I was employed by the county and I learned something new every single class I went to. But then I started some long conversations with my wife and my family. I have 2 little girls, married for almost 10 years, and they are 4 turning 5 and just turned 3.
Wonderful.
So those are my hobbies, and that's everything else in my life right now.
Wonderful ages, but boy, are they busy.
Yeah, I just spent 36 hours at the beach with them, and I could take a nap right now. But I thought, what better time than the present? So my 4 going on 5-year-old will start next week in kindergarten. So yeah, we got Miss White. She's excited, and I said, hey, I'm going to be involved in this. This is something I want to do. I want to be a stakeholder for my little girls and their education. My wife said, that means you go vote. That doesn't mean you run, you do it. I full-time at the Sheriff's Office. I've spent the last 13 years in the United States military at the same time. Both full-time for a little bit and part-time. So I'm in the Virginia Air National Guard now as a search and rescue medic and as the acting additional first sergeant for my detachment. So I went into that role and took on 83 new people's problems. They've become my problems now. So working in kind of a human resources role for them, doing all that. So those are my hobbies because that's all the hours in the day. But I've only been on the board since January 1st. So I'm the new one here.
Okay. Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah. You've seen the growth in Fluvanna.
I absolutely have.
17 years, is that what you did? Did I recall that?
2010, so
Okay.
July was 16 years.
Okay, so you've seen quite a bit of growth. Okay. Congrats with Pete. I promise we're going to use Pete.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
Thank you. So I try to think of some things that people don't know. I think everybody knows I'm here with my wife and 4 kids. I can't say all 4 are in our schools anymore because my oldest has just graduated. He's headed next week to University of Lynchburg. But the other 3 are here. I grew up in Richmond. I went to school in Southwest Virginia, stayed down there, began my teaching career there in 1990. And I was an English teacher, middle school, high school, assistant principal, central office, several different things, assistant superintendent. And this is technically my 3rd superintendency. I did not quite a year as an interim in Goochland, but really 2nd, I guess. 5 years in Middlesex. And this is beginning my 6th. Can't believe it's been that long. 6th here. This is my 36th year as a Virginia educator. I'm a musician. I play guitar and piano and actually did that professionally for 10 years right out of school. People probably don't know that. Future plans, I'm just going to keep raising kids and try to stay as young as I can. And I'm here. I came here to retire here. My plan is to be here and for this to be my last stop as an educator. It's my 6th in terms of different school divisions. So I do enjoy teaching. I teach for JMU, Longwood, Liberty. There are probably other things I just can't think of.
The next thing that'll pop up will be something, we'll start with you and come back the other way, but that's awesome. And do you have any musical songs that you can share with us today to uplift us and bring us to?
I said I was a musician. I didn't say I was an uplifter.
Okay, fair enough. But I like the vibe. Everybody's jolly and laughing. I like that. That's how we learn. We're opening up our brains to possibilities. We're not stuck in a formal routine. This is the business agenda, consent agenda, closing, and doing conversations after the meeting. That's not what today's about. So the vibe is good. So now, in addition to what you said, and you actually talked about this a little bit, something that no one knows about you, and then I'm going to introduce myself and take my turn in just a minute, but one thing they don't know about you, would you like to add anything to what you told us?
Probably, I just can't think of anything.
Well, you've already told us one thing.
Yeah.
You were a musician.
Yeah.
You traveled with the Stones or the Beatles? Or?
Never made
Okay.
it to the Stones. Yeah. I probably have to think, right?
All right, well, think. Sean, you're up. We're just reversing the order.
Yeah, usually my go-to for icebreakers like this, it's kind of about me, but so my wife is a quadruplet, and so I married into that.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's something. They all live close.
So my wife, my sister, my middle sister is married to a twin, and she's often fond of saying, I married this person, not the twin,
Mm-hmm.
because she has to keep them both informed. And I was like, why would you put all that pressure on yourself? And she's like, comes with the territory.
Yeah, 4 of them. So it's 3 girls and a boy. The furthest is Waynesboro, so they're all right here for every holiday. I know she's not watching, she's at work today, so I can say it.
What a blessing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Charles?
Yeah, one thing people probably don't know about me, when I was younger, I sewed a lot, I cooked a lot, and I still have my teddy bear that I had when I was 5 years old.
That is awesome.
My son does too. He's gonna take to college with him.
All
Mine's
good.
a
It's
little
all,
box.
it's all good, right? James?
I am one of 7, 8, or 9 children, depending upon how you count us, including being the elder of a set of twins. So I'm 13 minutes older than my identical twin.
That's outstanding. And of course, I'm a 20-year Rotarian. I was going to mention that as you finished up with the Rotary. Meeting once a week just got me, though, after a while. I was heading north to Harrisonburg, and I'm like, it's the same day. So when you serve as a Rotarian, you really do serve.
Yeah, I'll note that I maybe have transitioned into the more like mid-career style Rotarian, where you're mostly a dues-paying member and less a reliable weekly. So I acknowledge and apologize to all Rotarians. I'm not the only one that does this, but I feel like we have more time than money, more money than time, and then more time than money, maybe. And if you think about sort of like your career and your, I just hit the pivot point where I just don't have any time anymore.
I
But
understand.
if I'm lucky enough to retire in the age range I would like to, then I will start to have more time than money and maybe get back to being more of a Rotarian in the way I'd like to.
Yeah, they do great work, and I'll back up and say it's 10 years plus. I can't count how many years I was in, so I don't want to inaccurately say it was 20, but 10 years plus as Rotarian.
Yeah, I might be at, oh, where am I? 8.
Yeah.
I don't know if Paul Harris
And
fellow plus.
the Rotarians did really great work with their school division too, so plug for them. When we needed tutoring and so forth, they sprang into action. It was really an awesome partnership.
We've done and are doing some cool things with the schools now.
It's awesome. Andre, something people don't know about?
I guess it was something sports related. I was at Charleston Southern University. I played against Terrell Owens in football. He was at UTC.
I hope you weren't the corner in that moment.
Linebacker. I think
Did you have it covered?
he probably had almost 200 yards on us, I think, receiving.
He is a unbelievable athlete. I'm sure he still is.
I mean, I can still envision remember when he had the contract dispute with the Eagles and he refused to show up? And so what he did is he dragged out his decline bench from his house to the top of his slope driveway, and he sat on the top of it. There was helicopters around him.
Oh, and he's just.
And he is doing handless sit-ups while eating Lay's potato chips. Like, with just like the 12 pack or whatever he's working with. It was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. And like, good on him.
Yeah.
He's literally eating potato chips while just like effortlessly like crushing his core. Like, he got paid too.
Did you cover him, or did you?
I was in middle linebacker, so I'm pretty sure I was in coverage somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good way to speak about that.
Probably middle, deep middle, probably.
Gotcha.
It was a team effort.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be in the end zone by the time I get to the flat. Like, it's too fast.
But he also went to a small school too, though. So TC was a small school.
So as promised, I'll tell you a few things about me in addition to what Pete shared. I'm most importantly a father, husband, and grandfather. I have 6 grandkids, and that's 3 each. I have a son and a daughter, and each of those have 3 kids. And my daughter's husband's in the Marine Corps. He's currently at Quantico. He was most recently stationed in Kaneohe Bay, Hawaii, which we were able to get out there and visit quite often. But as you know, when you're in Hawaii, you're very close to Asia, and they like to get on ships and go over there and do all kinds of stuff in the Pacific Rim. And so, very busy family. But while they were there, they had 3 kids, and those are very close together. I can feel your pain. But I did get a kiss from one of them before I left this morning. So her children they used to be 5, 3, and 1. Now they're 6, 4, and 2, and it's action all the time. It's great, but I have to reset my mentality after being a kind of empty nester when it deals with grandkids. So my son is a technology officer for a school division, for a business in Charlottesville. He previously worked for Injig, north of town, and his wife is at home, and she has 3 kids. And so between those 6 grandkids and a wife who's retired from Albemarle County Schools, stays pretty busy in our household, but it's a good busy. It's a healthy busy, and I think you guys can relate to that. And something that you may not know about me, I can juggle. So people are like, juggle what? And I'm like, well, I can just juggle. Like, it came naturally, and so that's an odd thing, but it is something I don't think anyone knows here. When we start thinking about working together as a group, I think it's important to do some think, pair, share activities later, and in anticipation of that, we're going to do a little icebreaker activity, and this is going to get you up. It's not hard. So we're going to form one line back here, okay? And this is Palmyra. So I'm Palmyra. So we're going to form one line, and there's a natural little strip here that's going to help us get lined up. So this is Palmyra. So if I was born in the hamlet, the little community of Palmyra, I would stand here. So if I was born in Charlottesville, I might stand close to Palmyra. If I was born in Washington, D.C., I might be a little bit out here. Now, I did research. You can ask AI, Google, any of that, any question you want now, and depending on what answer you're looking for, you might find it. So I think Southwest Australia is the furthest point from Palmyra. So if you're born in Australia, you might be down here. So we're going to get lined up, and then we're going to talk a little bit more. Okay, go. So Palmyra, Charlottesville, Northern Virginia, Charlotte, Atlanta, Australia.
Charles, where were you going? North. What? North.
Charlottesville.
New Jersey.
So Charlottesville.
Pete, where were you born? I didn't hear.
I'm Charlotte.
I've got to ask.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Okay. No jokes about New Jersey. All right. So you are number 1.
Charlottesville.
You're number 2.
No,
Baltimore.
3. Okay, Baltimore and Virginia. All right, so you're number 4. So you're going to remember your numbers, okay? So later when I say 1 and 4, you're going to pair up, or 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Becky. Good job. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to be the top.
Okay. And feel free to get coffee, get a sandwich, or whatever as we continue to move on. So don't forget your number. Get your number, Andre. I can remember yours.
Yeah, that's the first one.
But you know, in small communities, people were born in like a house or in a bedroom next to.
my mama was born in a store down in Scottsville, above the store.
Above the
They lived in an apartment.
There you go.
My daddy was born in Nelson County.
They like each
I
other?
don't think I knew that.
Depends on the day. It's so the other 2 girls are identical, and then it's my wife and her brother.
Wow.
And they're
Wait,
like-
so 2 identical, 2 fraternal?
Mhm. And
Not to be improper, but like going out of business sale, or like
Yeah, dude,
was
wild.
mom older?
in vitro.
Oh, yeah.
Which was like, and then
In vitro, sometimes you just hit the lottery, and there's so many of them.
but it's funny to see how their personalities have developed. 2 identical are the same person, and if you don't see eye to eye with one, you obviously don't see eye to eye with both. And then my brother-in-law and my wife have like an identical personality. It's really funny how it's split across the family tree.
I think that outsiders would say that Matthew and I are like very similar, both in like speech cadence and in like from time to time like word choice or like syntax. But I would argue that like we see the world very differently.
Well, it was supposed to be 2 girls and 2 boys, so then 2 identical, and then my brother-in-law, and then my wife was born, and they were like, that was supposed to be Matthew. So half my family calls her Matt as a joke
That's
still
great.
to this day.
That is my twin's name.
So this is just an example here. How many times at a board meeting or doing business do you get to talk like this? Do you get to talk like this?
I mean, every now and then.
Okay.
At the
okay.
breaks, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, on the margins. Like we're not exactly strangers
Okay,
at
good.
this point.
Okay, good. So one more little icebreaker activity in addition to making sure you remember your number. What is one unexpected or special skill you bring to the school board? Like, if you could narrow it down, if there's something you're passionate about and you feel really empowered and you feel good at the contribution that you've given to the board in this area, what's your, what do they call this? Brandon, help me, what's that special thing that, special power, that's it, that special power. I hear moms talking about this a lot. My daughter will say, that lady's got it, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And by the way, both my children went to school here until they got in high school and had to move with me, so a lot of people may know them, Josh and Kate. And Kate would go, that's that mom superpower. And I'm like, did I miss it? And by the time we talk about it, something else has happened with another child. One needs fed, one needs this. And I'm like, what's that mom superpower? So what's your superpower you bring to the board? So we're going to start with Charles this time.
Well, being self-employed, and I run my own business, I try to get the most out of every dollar, and that's what I think I like to look at on the school board. Maybe it's not my place, but I like to know that the money's being spent well. I take it to heart that we are spending county money, and I don't take that lightly.
So I teach school finance, and I think finance has become a focus area rather than something I was getting ready to say, a more of a focus area recently because of the competitive nature of attracting and retaining employees. So school finance continues to be a hot topic across Virginia, interwoven with data centers, right?
Yeah.
Data centers bring in more money, but they cost more to, whatever the cost is to operate and so forth. But we won't get into data centers today. That's board of supervisor stuff, right? Board of supervisor stuff.
Not my pig, not my farm.
Yeah. So, superpower, school finance, mindful of the budget. I think people who are mindful of the budget play a particular role on the board in terms of keeping in mind what an average taxpayer might ask. And I did not know your dad was born in Nelson County. What, do you remember the part?